guys, so today is officially June the 2nd, and I'm about to go out and pay some bills really quick because we are actually going to South Padre Island this weekend. I am kind of excited, kind of not, just because I'm in a bad mood, and I've been in a bad mood for like 2 days, which I will explain in a little bit. But we are going to South Padre with a couple of friends. They're bringing so it's going to be like 3 families. So I don't know how much I'll vlog. I will try to add in some kind of South Padre clips probably at the end of this because I have to do a lot of chit chat talking. So I will probably add that in, like I said, at the end of this clip. But we are going to South Padre. We just need it. We need to get away from San Antonio for a little bit. I just need anything that will get me in a good mood, because if you follow me on Snapchat, which you should, and also quick little ADD blurb about Snapchat. So for some reason, I had my Snapchat where other people couldn't see my snaps unless you are, unless I actually friend you, like I watch your snaps, then you can see mine. And for some reason, I guess when you first start Snapchat, it automatically defaults to where we both have to be friends for you to see my snap. So a lot of people were thinking that I was just inactive on Snapchat, which I'm not. So definitely go follow me on Snap, and you'll be able to see my daily snaps. But if you follow me on Snapchat, I had asked you guys, did you want to see a haul or did you want to see a nursing video? And I think about 90% of my responses were that people actually wanted to see nursing videos. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym, come home, and I'll sit down and I'll film this nursing video. I had already had the topic because I have a list of stuff that I need to do. So I already had the topic that I was gonna cover and I was ready. So while I was working out, my husband texted me, was like, hey, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm working out. He was like, okay, call me when you're done. So after I worked out, I called him. He was like, look, I just got the worst news. And I was like, what? And he was like, we came down on orders. And I was like, what? Because I don't know if I had told you guys, but my husband had actually applied for a position that will allow him to stay in San Antonio for 2 more years with the option of a 3rd year. So we were just waiting for the approval to go through because he had been picked out of the people who interviewed for that position. So we were just waiting for it to get approved, and our orders would have started over in July, and we would have been in San Antonio for 2 more years, which my boys were excited about. I was excited about because I absolutely love my job, and I had a lot of plans that I was going to tell you guys about, which I don't even know if they're even plans anymore, but I had a lot of plans. I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to do, and now I don't think I can even do any of it. But so I was like, well, you came down on orders. He was like, yeah, it's like unofficial right now, but most likely it's like legit. And I was like, okay. And he was like, we're going to Fort Drum. I was like, what the fuck? If you are a military spouse, or if you are a military brat, which I am both, and you know anything about the Army, you know Fort Drum is the worst duty station you can possibly get. I mean, nobody wants to go to Fort Drum. People will literally get out of the Army to keep from going to Fort Drum. So I know people are like, oh my God, you're moving to New York. No, I'm not. I'm damn near going to be in Canada, which is probably the only bright side of the whole situation, is that I think I'll be like an hour from Toronto. Or is it 2 hours? It's either an hour or 2 away from Toronto, which we will probably spend most of our time in Canada or in Syracuse. But where we are going, it's like a podunk town. There's really nothing there, and the population is very small. Honestly, Fort Drum is the worst duty station you can get. If you think I'm exaggerating, I want you guys to go onto Zillow and type in Watertown, New York. Look at the house options that we have. They are all horrible. Like, they are the worst options that you can get. And if you want a decent house, then you are going to be looking at spending about $2,000 to $2,500 a month. So like $2,000 to $2,500 a month in rent. That's not bills. That's not like your utilities included. That's your rent alone. I've honestly been considering staying here and having my husband go by himself, and my kids are like so with the plan. But honestly, I know we would not stay married if we were separated for 3 years. I think that would be hard for anybody. Now, if he was getting deployed or something like that, then that's one thing. But honestly, it's just like a duty station to be away from each other for 3 years. That would suck. And then we would have to pay 2 different rents, 2 different utility bills, and that's pricey. But it's an option when you know how shitty the base that we're going to is. He says that he's tried to get out of it, but it's just not an option. So come October, it looks like I'll be moving to Podunk Town, bumfuck nowhere, New York. This little puffball, y'all excuse my hair, but it snows 8 years. It snows 8 months out of a year, and it gets in the negatives as far as how cold it is. I don't like to be cold. I don't like snow. So I also think I have, which this is a nurse, being a nurse, and we diagnose ourselves, but I think I have seasonal depression, because honestly, even when it gets cold here and it gets dark and gloomy, I am the worst. I have no energy to do anything. I honestly don't want to leave my bed. I am in a bad mood constantly, and I can't explain why. I think it's seasonal depression, but I could be wrong. But honestly, I don't do very well in shitty weather. So to go somewhere where it's going to be shitty weather for 12 months straight, I'm not looking forward to it. So I'm very upset. I literally cried for 2 days. I did not talk to my husband for 2 days. My kids did not talk to my husband for 2 days. And we know it's not his fault. Yeah, so that is pretty much what the bad news was on Snapchat, because I don't even think I responded. But I do want to say thank you to everybody who checked on me and was like, oh my God, I hope you're okay. I'm okay. My feelings are just hurt. I'm sad. But ultimately, I'm okay. I feel like everything is going to go backwards now. Like, all the plans that I had as far as like school and career wise, all of the plans that I had for my boys, I feel like everything is just going backwards at this point. I feel like we're getting set back. New York just happens to not be a compact state. So now I have to apply for a New York license, and it takes about 3 months for that to go through, and it's this big process, and it's fucking expensive. So I'm kind of upset at that as well. I just feel like talking about it right now is just making my stomach drop to my ass, because I feel like it's just such a bad move for us. I feel like it is ruining everything we've worked so hard for. And I told you guys, I always remain humble, because right when you get a little cocky and a little bit beside yourself, God will snatch all that shit from you. And I know that he'll never put me in a position, he'll never put me in a place that I can't handle and something that I can't deal with. But also, like, something in my gut is just telling me this is just so wrong and it's just so bad. But there's absolutely nothing that I can do, you know? There's nothing that I can do to change the situation. I can't go to the army. I mean, who am I going to go to? Trump? You're Trump? Get the fuck out of here. But, like, I can't go and say, no, I don't want my husband to go there, so we're not going to go there. Like, I can't do that. So I just guess I gotta, everybody's like, Jasmine, just be supportive. And I guess that's what I gotta do, because, like, I'm telling y'all right now, I'm not. I told my husband, you better check on me at all times, because you'll look up and my motherfucking ass will be MIA. Like, I am just, like, everything is just telling me this is so wrong, and there's nothing that I can do about it. But it's super ugly here in San Antonio, so hopefully the weather is going to be a lot better in South Padre this weekend. But we are going to go to South Padre to try to get our minds off of it and let the boys have fun and enjoy their friends for the last couple of months that they can. I feel like it's such a huge burden on my kids as well. They have to change schools. My son, you guys, I think I included in a vlog, but my oldest son, he is in the 6th grade, and he is one of 2 6th graders who made honors band out of the whole 6th grade. So he was so excited for that. He does play the trumpet, and he won't even be able to do that next year. So he was really hurt about that. I think that's what killed him the most. And also having to tell his football team that he won't be playing with them next year. And this would have actually been his last year playing with this team, because then he would have went to middle school ball. So everybody is just a little distraught. We haven't even told my youngest son's AAU baseball coach. I know he is going to be so hurt. And I think that's what hurt my youngest the most, is that he has to give up AAU baseball. So it's a lot of sacrifices that we're already making, and I know it's just going to get worse. So I will try to vlog this whole experience and share it with you guys, from us trying to find a house to showing you guys what this raggedy ass town looks like. And I just want you guys to pray for me and my family, because this is something that none of us wanted. So we're just gonna have to go with the flow of things and try to make the best of a shitty situation.